Hello dear students, welcome to the online education of class 7 science. Dear students, in the previous class I was discussing about the circulatory system. So in that I discussed about the cells of the blood. In that we discussed about the RBCs, WBCs as well as about the platelets. Okay, so about these three types of cells we discussed, and let us discuss in today's class about the blood vessels. Okay, so dear students, there are different types of blood vessels which are present in our body. Okay, so we know that during the inhalation process a fresh supply of oxygen makes our lungs filled up with the oxygen. Okay, so oxygen has to be transported to all the rest part of the body. So as we know that during the respiration process, so we breathe in oxygen, so that oxygen is supplied to our lungs. Then from lungs the oxygen is supplied, it has to be transported and transported or has to be supplied to the rest part of our body, to each and every cell of the body. Then how does that oxygen is supplied from lungs to each and every cell of the body? So for that we need a vessels. Okay, so the blood picks up the waste material including carbon dioxide from the cells. See, the blood picks up means takes the wastage materials from the cells including carbon dioxide gas and also some other wastes from the cells. So in the cells some waste products are produced, and carbon dioxide is also one of the waste products. So all these things can be picked up by the blood vessels. So this blood again has to go back to the heart for transport to the lungs for removal of the carbon dioxide, as we have learned in the lesson number chapter 10. See, so what happens here, in order to remove the carbon dioxide from our body, whatever the waste products and carbon dioxide is collected from the each and every cell of the body, so from that the again blood has to go back to the heart in order to remove through the lungs. Okay, so for in order to remove the waste products from the lungs for removal of the carbon dioxide from the lungs, so again the blood has to go to back to the heart. Okay, so we have studied already in chapter number 10. So there are two main types of blood vessels, those are arteries and veins, okay, which are present in our body. Okay, there are two important types of vessels, those are arteries as well as veins, which are present in our body. Okay, so you can see arteries. What are arteries? Let's see. So arteries are the vessels which carry oxygen rich blood from the heart to all the parts of the body. The blood which is filled up with oxygen, so the oxygen rich blood is carried from the heart to each and every part of the body through the arteries. Arteries are the vessels which carry only oxygenated blood from heart to remaining all parts of the blood. Okay, since the blood flows in is rapid. Okay, so blood flows in which manner? In a rapid manner, and it has a very high pressure. So blood flows with a very high pressure. The arteries have a thick elastic walls. The walls of the arteries are thick and elastic like a pipes. Okay, so since the blood flows rapidly and moves with a high pressure, so the arteries have a thick and elastic walls. Okay, they can be elasticated. Okay, so let us perform an activity to understand how the blood flows through the arteries. You can even feel the movement of the blood through the arteries. Okay, you can feel it by doing this activity 11.1. So what you need to do is quite simple. So even the doctors do this. So you place the middle and index finger of your right hand, middle finger as well as index finger of your right hand on the inner side of your wrist. Okay, so you have a wrist. Okay, so the on the inner side of the left hand wrist, okay, you have to place your middle finger as well as index finger. Now can you feel something which is a throbbing movement? Yes, you will hear that. You feel that some throbbing movements there. So why it is the throbbing movements it is coming? Okay, how do you think that this throbbing movement is coming up? Okay, so this throbbing movement, it is called as the pulse. Whatever the throbbing movement you will hear, no, so that is called as what? Pulse. And it is due to blood flowing in the arteries. Okay, so what that throbbing movement you will hear, what we call it as a pulse, this is nothing but it is happens due to the blood which is flowing through the arteries. Okay, so you have to count the number of pulse beats in 1 minute. So you can count it. So how many number of times the pulse beats in a minute? Okay, so how many pulse beat could you count? You can try it. Okay, so number of beats per minute is we called heart pulse beat. Okay, how many number of times the pulse beats in a minute is called as pulse beat. Okay, so a person who is in rest position, so usually have a pulse rate between 72 to 80 beats per minute. So usually an adult healthy human being will have a pulse rate of 72 to 80 times beats per minute. So you can even find other places in your body where you can feel this throbbing moment or a pulse. So there are such some are there. So you can record your own pulse or heartbeat beats or pulse beats per minute, and you can even compare with your friends. Okay, here look at the 11.2 figure. So you will see that pulse which rate in the wrist part, inner side of the wrist part, you can calculate that. Okay, even you can compare the pulse beats of your friends also, which is obtained by them, okay, by measuring that. Okay, so dear students, let me continue remaining part of the lesson in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.